only thing, I think that she's answered it a few times before, but it's still the different platforms because she's a huge TikToker, Instagram. And it's like, I think a lot of us still are like, okay, where should we really be? Because sometimes when we take on too much, then we get scared and don't want to do it. So I guess picking the right platform instead of too many. What do you suggest?
Totally. Well, a couple of things that I even want to address there. And something that I didn't even touch on the first time, which was you mentioned, I've taken your program 1, 2, 3 times. I also want you guys to pay attention to this as well, which is, and it has nothing to do with my coaching program. Actually, it has everything to do with you. And that is that you are catching people in different seasons of their lives. What does that mean? Well, maybe they were multitasking. Maybe they weren't looking for a home. Maybe they had no reason to sell their home. Maybe they were between jobs. Maybe they didn't even have enough money to invest or any of those things. So we think that if we post something once, that's it. We're done. We never have to post it again. We don't have to post it on any other platform. But in actuality, and the example that I typically use is I have a photo of me standing next to Gary Vaynerchuk, a few of them now. Does anybody know who knows who Gary Vaynerchuk is? In the chat, put yes or no. Just put in the chat if you know who he is and no if you don't. And don't be embarrassed if you don't. I just want to know where you're at. Okay. So I have probably posted pictures with Gary 12 times over the last 3 years. Every single time that I post a picture with him, I will have a close friend or family member who goes, "Oh my God, you know Gary V? Oh my God, you do that? You're a speaker? Oh my God, how you did? I had no idea." Every single time. And in some cases, it's the exact same picture and more than once. Why is it that close friends and family members, every single time, it's like a total surprise? Well, maybe the first time that they saw that picture, they didn't know who he was. Maybe not the second or the third time. Maybe the first time that they saw that picture, they didn't notice that I actually had a microphone in my hand. Maybe they didn't even read the caption. Maybe they read the first few lines and that's it. We think that every single follower of ours is looking at every single post and reading every single word and looking out for every single grammatical error and every single hair that's out of place, when in actuality, we're busy. Okay? You're not that important. You're not that important. All right. I hate to say it, I'm not that important either. All right. So with that, every single time that you post something, it is potentially hitting them in a different season. So in the same way that people will take my coaching program and every single time they're going to pull something different, because maybe on day 1, they were a beginner, but maybe on round 3, they're advanced. And the thing that they didn't know as a beginner, they can now grasp and in a different way. Or maybe their scheduling was different, or maybe their timing was different, or maybe the platform was different. But then to go to your question, Joellen, even that too about the platforms, that to me is a distraction. Here are the things that you are paying attention to that are distractions. The time of day you should be posting, the type of platform you should be posting on, all of the different features, all of the different news that's going on around these platforms. You're using those as floating excuses that are just looking for a reason to exist. Okay? The reality is, if you're using a platform, use that platform. That's probably where most of your audience is. You don't need 2 profiles. You just need 1. If you already have a profile, great. That's step 0. So if you're opening up Facebook when you wake up every single morning, or if you're opening up Instagram when you wake up every single morning, or if TikTok is the place that gives you the most joy right now, pick 1 platform, start with that. And then once you've mastered it, once you've found your community, once you've found your cadence, once you've found your groove, then you can add in another one. Where you are playing, where the grass is green is where you're watering it. It's not I'm going after Gen X, so I should be on Facebook, or, I'm going after Gen Z, so I should be on TikTok. At this point, every single generation is on pretty much every single platform. It's just a matter of how you're talking to your audience and who you're attracting in that way. It's silly to me when people want to just go to whatever, Gary Vee said to go to because Gary Vee said to go to it, rather than what are you already using and where are you totally missing the opportunity? I want you to think of each social media platform like a different social circle. If it is your country club, if it is your kid's school, if it is your gym, just think about those as social media platforms. So don't come to me saying, well, there aren't any older people at my gym. Probably there are. Probably there are, but if you're, you know, only going to the pool and hanging out at the cabana when the DJs are there and, you know, rocking, you know, that whole situation, yeah, probably not going to hit the people who you want to hit who are over at water aerobics. So like what, you know, just think of the human experience. How are you consuming the content? How are you consuming the content? That is how you need to be showing up. It's not how everybody else is. So with Joelle, and I know that's a roundabout answer, but ultimately it's not about like, well, where should I be? Where are you currently? Proximity is power. Let's start there and then we can grow.